live. We are live. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We are in our tea time where we can have water, tea, whatever we want. And today, this is the time to connect and grow. And we have an amazing, amazing speaker. Our guest is Lauren Lucas. And yes, we're so excited that she's here. She's a nationally recognized real estate entrepreneur, AI strategist, and she just let me say this. She's the AI queen. So from now on, she's the AI queen
It's too
and
much.
transformational coach on a mission to change 1 million families. She's built one of the top performing real estate teams in the country, launched Profit Pulse, and I want to learn more about that, and AI Power CRM for real estate professionals, and coach thousands of agents to scale smarter, grow faster, and finally build businesses that do not run on burned out. I love that. So today she's here to do what she does best, change the way we think, show you what's truly possible, and hand you the tools to transform your business, your time, and your legacy. Welcome, welcome, Lauren. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Yes, you caught me at a time where I'm actually at home. So great background and no background noise. So great to be here. I know I've met a lot of the Bang members several times now. So I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much. And a friend of mine, I'm here in Orlando, and she's like, she's in Tampa. You should like come. I'm like, right now. So, and you were sharing that sometimes we don't know where you are, but
Yes, and the last week I spoke at family reunion in Portugal, and then I was home enough to sleep, and then I was in Michigan, and then I was in Tampa, and now I'm home again. So
were
you
you
never
with
know.
Cody Gibson? Was he there? No,
Who?
Portugal, Cody Gibson, I think.
Yes, he
Yeah.
he was there too. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
So very cool.
So, first question for you. Tell us about that CRM Pulse.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's called Profit Pulse.
Mhm.
Yep. So it's called Profit Pulse. And basically the reason that I went the route of building Profit Pulse is because I had tried so many CRMs. We've used Command, we've used a lot of Lion Desk and Street Text and all these other. And what I was finding was that none of them did quite what I needed it to do. And by that, I mean, sure, we could send, emails and text messages through Command just fine, but they were canned. They were something that we had to think of before we actually sent it. It wasn't a personalized message. And so what I found was with Profit Pulse, it actually connects directly into AI. So we have AI who picks up the phone and is trained on our business and can answer things like, if you called in and said, I'm thinking about selling my house, she would ask, have you done any renovations? What is your timeline? Do you need a agent to help you buy as well? So it's utilizing AI to be an extension of us. We can't be all these places at one time, right? So with that, the Profit Pulse platform itself has really taken a lot of that off of our plates. By the AI picking up the phone, not only are we not having to step out of a showing or closing, whatever we're doing, but the consumer gets what they want in the moment. And I get this question a lot of, well, not everybody wants to talk to AI, right? And I totally
Mhm.
understand that. So it's also trained that if they ask for a human being, if they ask for one of us specifically, it will also transfer that phone call. So it really is an AI assistant who is handling a lot of the tasks and gatekeeping a lot of our time while ensuring the actual consumer gets what they need in the moment.
That is awesome. And when you send me your information, you said, I want to know more about this. But first, my question is, what was the first thing because I know your story, but how did you come up with like AI? I mean, what was the first thing? What happened to you? Because I
Yeah,
know
so
that now you developed this amazing tool, but this has been over the years. So what happened to you?
yeah, it was July of 2023. I went to a big conference in Las Vegas, and
Mhm.
Gary Vee, who just spoke at Family Reunion with us, there's about 1,000 people in the room, and he asked how many people are still using Google, and only half the room raised their hand. And so I'm looking around like, well, what else are they using? because I was using ChatGPT at the time, but I was only using it to write a better email or make my listing description sound a little better. Like I wasn't using it for anything that was actually pushing my business forward. And so when half the room raised their hand, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, what the heck? And then he said, how many of us are using AI? And the other half of the room raised their hand. And I was like, oh, okay. So Gary Vee, who is pretty forward thinking in any business venture, anyways, is telling me to do this. And half the room is already doing this. That was kind of my aha moment of I would really need to sit down and figure out what this can do for me.
So that was 2023.
Yeah.
And he asked the same question now. And I think 90% of the room, we were like, yes, AI.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah. So that's when I really started to sit down and watch YouTube videos because there really wasn't much content back then about AI. So I was watching YouTube video after YouTube video and trying to figure out, okay, well, what is an API key and what is prompting and all these different things. And I'm completely self-taught off of YouTube channels. And when I started to talk about it in 2024, no one was really ready to hear it yet in our industry. Okay. And so what happened was I would teach a class and there would be a couple people and they'd be like, over your head. No one was ready yet until about May of last year. And that's what you've seen this explosion of when people said, oh, we need to learn about AI because I was already a year and a half into learning it as an agent and in the KW ecosystem. I basically just became the right person at the right time in every way, shape, and form.
Because you were very techie, right? You love technology, right?
Oh, no, I actually was at a conference last year and some person was like, hey, bump your phone with me. And I was like, you can do that? Like, what do you mean bump your phone? I'm
They
not a
kiss each
techie
other.
person.
They kiss. I'm like,
Yeah.
that happened. You want to kiss? You want your phone
Yeah.
to kiss mine now?
Yeah. No, I've become techie in learning and spending all of these hours, thousands of hours watching these videos and trial and error. I have failed forward more times. I have tried for every one thing that has been successful, I've tried 40 or 50 other ways that didn't work. So I've become techie that way, but I'm not a techie person by trade, right? And with the evolution of AI these days, you don't even have to be tech. AI will do it all for you. All you have to be is curious enough to ask it if it can do the crazy ideas that we get. 9 times out of 10, it can. It'll write the code, it'll build the app, it'll write the copy, it'll do the website, it'll do everything. You just have to be curious enough to ask it.
So being curious, I love that. So let me ask you, so you talk about bottlenecks, right? And how can an agent, let's say I have my business, how can I identify that is stopping me to grow my business? And how can I
Absolutely.
use AI to pass that?
Absolutely. So if you already have standard operating procedures, I would upload that standard operating procedure into some sort of AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whichever one, and ask it, is this the most efficient way to do this? Is this the most streamlined way to do this? Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I could be doing better? If you're starting from scratch and you don't have any standard operating procedures, that's okay. Just take a piece of paper or a whiteboard and just map out every single thing that you do in your business. I would start with things like when I take a listing, what happens? And then just step one, step two, step three. When I onboard a new buyer, what happens? And just write it all out.
Okay.
What I've seen is we are so, and I'm guilty of this too, we are so in our business every single day, it's hard for us to spot what could be better. Sorry. And by spotting, excuse me, I've got something in my throat.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh my
By
God.
spotting
We have the same.
Diet Coke.
Then maybe we're drinking.
But by writing everything down that you do, that will allow us to take a 30,000 foot view and we can see what those bottlenecks are by taking that 30,000 foot view. Now, one of the things I like to talk about a lot with those bottlenecks is the things that people see from me today. Okay. One of the ones I teach the most about is you post to social media, you've got a comment that comments back, and then it delivers a lead magnet, and then it has my calendar, and then it has the pre-qualification, and then it's in my CRM. I didn't build all that in one try. I spotted the bottleneck every single time. So figure out, excuse me.
So basically seeing where I have those issues that are stopping me from growing.
Yeah. Where's it falling apart? Where's it taking too much time?
Okay. Got it. Got it. And that is just giving all this information to AI so they can, so AI can give us the solution, right? Awesome.
Yeah, and I think just write it down. That's step one.
All the system, all the system. So, what is one simple AI system an agent can set up this week to get results? A lot of people were saying, hey, I want to start using AI. Where do I start? What is one thing that we can do this week to get results?
Yeah, I think the one thing that most people probably lose opportunity on the
Hmm.
most is open houses.
Okay.
Most people still have a sign-in sheet and a pen. You can automate off of a Google sheet. They're free. Ask the same questions, have them fill out that form, have that automatically go into your CRM and do the follow-up for you.
Open
Just
house.
like
It's
open
so
house
funny.
forms.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because open houses, of course, our sphere of influence and then social media are the top three sources of leads right now.
Yeah.
So just basically going to the open house system, see how we can use AI to be better. I love it. Open
Yep.
house.
Because the
Yeah.
alternative, the alternative of paper
Hmm.
and pencil, it doesn't make it into your CRM.
Exactly. Exactly. And that happens to me when I started like 9 years ago. Those people that visited my open, they were just on the paper. That's it.
Yep.
They were not leads. Even
Yep.
if you transfer them, that's awesome. So, how are you using AI to follow up with leads without losing the personal touch? I know you have your CRM, you mentioned a little bit, but a lot of people are a little bit of afraid of AI because they feel that it's not going to be personal with
Yeah,
our
so
experience.
there's two ways to do it.
Hmm.
One, AI can actually write the message for you. It
Hmm.
can read the message that someone's like commenting to you and actually respond to it in a way that is personalized to that message. That is AI writing for you. The other side of AI is just automations. So you, the human, could write it and just use AI to deploy it. So every person that comes to that open house, say I got 10 people, I could write all of those messages one time and then have AI lined up to deploy them.
Got it. Got it. So, in your team, you leverage open houses, social media. What are other sources that you see that business is, you know, like thriving right now?
Yeah, VIP list is huge. The people who you've worked with in the past, who you enjoyed working with, who are the ideal client that you want to work with in the future, love on them more than anyone else. So many people go chase new leads when they've got a gold mine of people who already know, like, and trust them and are willing to refer them right there. But we're so embarrassed to ask for anything. When you flip the script and you give over and over, they want to help you. So create a VIP list if you've had a business for more than 3 years, 4 years. Create a VIP list, love on them all of the time, at least once a month.
So basically, with your CRM, you just have a list like in command that we have the VIP. I have a VIP of 50 people. What
Mhm.
should I do with them? Like with AI, how would AI help me with my VIP
So
list?
it could go scrape their Facebook and see different if they're having a baby, if they're getting engaged, if they're getting a wedding, scrape all that. Um, it can figure out what they like, where they eat, bring that information back to you. So when you do see something, you can say, if, for example, if I see that you could use AI to scrape Facebook. If I could see that you're at, we'll call it Olive Garden. I know that there's better places than Olive Garden. I could actually call Olive Garden and I could say, hey, drop a bottle of wine at this table. We've done that before. They lose their minds. They lose their minds because you're showing that you actually care. AI is getting you the information, but you're still showing up as the human being. That's what the relationship is about. You're not just on this hamster wheel of going and burning out, finding the information, but you're still doing the same thing. AI is just helping you amplify it.
I love it. I love it. And I know you mentioned how we can use it, but what do you think is the biggest mistake that we as agents are making now trying to use AI?
Not understanding. I'm so sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
losing
Take your
losing my
time. You
voice.
have time, so get your water. let's take a break. I need a little bit of the Diet Coke.
I don't know what's happening.
Well, what is
Um,
happening is that you're speaking like in 20 places in different cities in the world. So
yes.
you're everywhere, lady.
Most agents are not using it to take time back. They're using it to write better emails or write better listing descriptions or write their Facebook posts, but they're not utilizing it in a way where they're building a system that can actually do the thing for them. For example, if you could build a system like I just talked about where I'm posting to social media, okay? I use AI to comment back to them. I use AI to deliver something to them. What I deliver to them then has that next call to action where my calendar, where instead of going back and forth with you asking when you're available, I say, here's a calendar, a link. And then I'm automating, sending a pre-qualification so I know exactly what you need before I meet with you. And then I'm using those notes to then give you an action plan based off the conversation that you and I just had, deliver it to you. There's so many things that would take me even 10 or 15 minutes that I can automate. You stack that all together.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because when we connected offline, that's what I said. At the end of the day, that is what life is about. Getting that time back and spending it with your family, with your friends, traveling, however you want to use that time. But that's how AI can help us. So we get that time back. I
Yeah.
love
And I
that.
think
It's not only about growing, but for some people, I mean, depending on what you want in your life, is quality of life.
for sure.
We always talk about life by design.
Right. And I think too, real estate industry in general, we've been sold this hustle culture. We've always been told first in, last out, work nights, answer the phone at 11 o'clock, work weekends, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be that way anymore.
So how has AI transformed your life when it comes to wellness, when it comes to your family time for you, for Lauren?
Well, it hasn't much since the traveling. There's not
Oh,
much
because
AI
now
can do
you're
for me.
teaching
And
us, now
yeah,
we're in
there's
that
not,
stage.
I can't put AI on an airplane and get to you guys. But basically, if you see here, okay, I've got my laptop. That's where you are. I
Yeah,
have a computer screen in front of me, and I have a second screen here. What I do now is just orchestrate. I tell AI on this screen to do one thing. I tell AI on this screen to do another thing. And if I'm on Zoom, I'm over here, but AI is still working in the background. I become the conductor. That's it.
love that.
I have a right here. This is a reminder every single day. You are not the one doing the work. You are moving the work forward.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna take a screenshot right now for everybody. One second, one second. Ah, love it. Yay.
So I have AI doing all this stuff. I'm still checking it. I'm still here, but I'm not burning myself out doing things I don't need to be doing.
You're auspicious. I mean, you are like basically the boss of all the machines, the AI boss. I love it. So, what are you most excited about? What's coming? Like you may know things that we are not sure about. What's coming?
There's a lot that has changed even in quarter one.
Mm,
There's a lot at the end of last year, the agentic browsers came out where now your browser can do things for you. Now Claude Cowork and Claude Code has come out where I can actually have my computer. I had it clean up thousands of files on my computer and put everything into four categories: business, personal, this, that, whatever. There's so much that people aren't even aware of that could help them, but there's so much noise that people don't know where to start. And so what I always tell people is if you're going to start with automations, pick the one thing that's either going to give you the most time back or make you the most money. But if
okay.
you're going to start with learning AI, just open your favorite AI and ask it, this is who I am. This is what I do. How can you help me? And it will break down everything it can do for you.
Time and money. So if getting time or getting money, I love that. I love that. What are you implementing new? What's something new that you're implementing in your business that you're excited about?
Um, I don't know, it's all pretty much been implemented. I'm just tweaking and changing and evolving with it. But the speaking and the teaching has been really cool because I get to see the impact of other people's businesses. I think that's the best thing that I've implemented is getting out of my comfort zone, doing things like this, getting the messages of people who are like, you literally changed my life by showing me how to do this. I didn't do that. I just brought the awareness of what AI can do for them to them.
So basically, it's like what we have here in Keller Williams is like giving back to
Oh
our
yeah.
students and learning how to implement all this. I mean, because for a lot of people, it's scary. For me in the beginning, I was like, so ChatGPT, and that's one of the things that I use, is like they know so much about me. I forgot that I talked to my ChatGPT. So just implementing little things like my calendar, right?
Mhm.
And now I know what I have to do. I'm like, okay, what do I have to do today? And everything's here. So
Yeah.
little things that are getting my time. And now I have it like 10 things I wrote down from all this conversation that I'm going to implement. And for me, at the end of the day, like I said, it's like getting that time for me and my
Yeah.
life. So
And I think too, one of the best things that I've been implementing, I guess, would be a better answer for you is once you know the skills of AI
mm,
and once you know how to use it to build whatever you need, you can build anything. If you wanted to build a tracker, an accountability buddy for exactly what you just wrote down, you could go to AI and say, I want to build an app for this. And within minutes, you could have your own app on your own information the way you want it to be built. Like everything is accessible to us now. So if you have a bottleneck in your business, AI could be the answer as far as automation, but it also could be the answer as far as building something quickly, an asset within your business that will help you either stay accountable, get more organized, scale, whatever it is that you're looking to do. And again, it's not that you need to be techie to know how to do this. I mean, quite literally in a conversation just like this, I could go open an AI and I could say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. These are the features I think I wanted to have. I want accountability for these 10 things. I want you to check in with me, Mondays and Fridays and whatever it is that you want. Just have a conversation like you're talking to a friend, and it'll be like, okay, here's version one. Do you like it? What do you want different? And then you go back and forth with it a little bit and just have a conversation with it. No, I don't like the colors, or no, change this or change that. Boom, how's version two? Okay, great, let's do it. Now I have an asset that I can use within my business in a matter of minutes. And I can do this for my clients. I can do this for my team. I can do this for the brokerage. I can do this for anything. One of my favorite, it'll be forever my favorite. I was in Portugal speaking at family reunion last week, and mind blowing, they don't have a centralized MLS. So I used AI to build one. And over lunch, I was just like, I mean, it's not perfect because I don't know what I don't know, but like, here's what's possible. And they were just like, that's how simple it could be if you just know the skill. And the skill can be taught to you by AI itself if you just ask it. So just get
so
curious.
basically, you built a CRM over lunch for the whole Portugal country.
MLS. Yeah,
I
an
mean, the
MLS.
MLS. I mean, okay, an MLS. It's
Yeah.
so funny that you mentioned that because in one of our Hispanic groups, we were talking about that for us, it's so easy to go to the MLS and have all the information there to do a CRM. It's just easy. But they don't have all the information in Mexico, I'm from Argentina, in Costa Rica. But now we can build that with AI.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you have
Over lunch.
call
If you're Lauren, over lunch. I love it.
if you have, call it four different, even if you wanted to do this,
Hmm.
here, you could build your own little custom MLS sort of app.
Hmm.
Take homes.com, take Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, anything that you want, connect it all together using AI. All you have to do is tell it what you want it to do. You could create your own little like personalized app that way if you want to. Now, obviously, every MLS is different. Know your MLS laws if you can use third-party data and stuff like that. But everything is possible. You just have to be curious enough to, I wonder if that is possible. Ask it, it'll tell you how, and then you do it.
It's so funny because it reminds me we were talking before going live. I think we had, like in my school, I think I was in seventh grade when they actually got a computer. And the first time I used Google, they were like, oh, just do it like how you ask is what you're going to get, right? And what I get here is that the more we use AI, we can see what's possible.
Yeah.
So I love it. You created the MLS in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sky is the limit with AI. This is
It
my
really is.
takeaway.
It really is. And I think too, I mean, if you take nothing else from this call, every decision that you make for the rest of the week or the rest of the month, there's like what, 5 days left of the month. Every single decision, just open up a chat and say, this is what I'm about to do. How can I do it better? How can I do it faster? What parts of this can I automate? Ask it whatever you want. It'll tell you.
You hear that, right? Just ask everything to AI and you'll get time or money back, which I love.
Yes.
So I know you're like coming to, let me see, I got an invitation for everybody. You are, maybe you don't even know, but this is the Successful Summit 26. You're going to be in Asheville, North Carolina. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
If not,
That
write
one
it
I
down.
that one I do know about.
So that is going to be May 4th and May 5th, Asheville, North Carolina. And Julia Lachey is going to be there, Tyler Mount, Brandon Wolf. So we are excited. A lot of bank members are going to be there. So
Perfect.
super, super excited. I wanted to share that. So Lauren, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. It's my
It's amazing.
pleasure.
I mean,
I
everybody
will
was so
see you.
excited.
I will see you all, whoever's going to be at the Successful Summit. I will see you in about 5 weeks.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye.